Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to do. I thought I had lost this one basically video file that I had made, and I was really upset about it. I was quite upset, but because I redid my whole computer. I basically flushed it. I reinstalled all the drives, right, and everything, just to get some stuff, to clean it up and everything, and start from scratch because I accumulated a lot of stuff, and I was just like, all right, let's wipe it clean. But anyway, so I actually did save it over on to the external hard drive and put it back on. So I found the files. This was originally going to be like an entry from MiniWarGame.com, but it ended up being too long, so I did other videos, and I never uploaded this one, and I sort of promised it in a long time ago. I said I was going to have other videos up, and that's sort of what I was referencing to. But basically in this, I assemble just a regular termagant, I believe. Maybe it's spine gaunt, I can't remember. But either way, this is not so much how to assemble, but sort of how I take my approach to, assembling miniatures and cleaning up mold lines, and how I look at the miniature, and specifically it will be this gaunt, and how I say it, like, I don't like this part, so because I don't see it on the other side of the model, or it's not, so I'll clean off this mold line, or I'll try to flatten this out, or just like things in general. Sounds a little OCD, but I'm really not. I just like to do things right the first time, because I know once you paint it, it's a pain, to go backward. You have to strip the paint and like do it all. So basically, when I do everything, converting and modeling wise, I try to do everything right the first time around, so it causes me lots of less headache and sort of a disappointment when I get like the finished product. So let's go ahead and see the video. Alright, let's start cutting the sprue out. Let's you got your clippers, so just start taking it. I always cut on the detail side of things, just to make sure that I don't cut any like detail off. So I end up cutting with the side where like the little notch goes down right here. I don't know, you can probably see it. So I just do that and then just start clipping it off. It's good to leave a little excess in them. I usually just cut like one side at a time, and then I usually flip it. So let's just do this real quick and get everything done. And then I'll just turn it around and then do the ones. Sometimes I leave a little excess, sometimes I don't, just depending on the piece from actually that I've modeled. I definitely don't cut them out all at the same time, like one piece at a time, just because I don't know, for some reason I've gotten used to just doing it this way, and it's been pretty effective. Being able just to turn the model and then turn the model here, and then sorry, I gotta adjust the camera and just cut it out. So if I leave the excess, I don't cut any details off, and just let the pieces drop. And then we got this one still right here, and then let's flip it over to the other side. I already cut out the flesh borers and put them into my bits box, because these gaunts are going to be spine gaunts. You'll notice in the movies that I say tyrannids instead of tyranids. Just I don't really know why. I've just always called it that, and it's sort of habit from when I was a kid. So please bear with me if I don't pronounce it the way everyone else does. It's not that I have an accent or I can't pronounce it correctly. I don't really know. Just something that happened like that. Really, but I'll try to refer everything to as NIDS for which will help clarify a lot of things. Not exciting work, but it's got to be done just to clip them out. I always put the pliers with the flat side towards the edge, so when it gets cut out, it's cut out. Alright, we're done with that. On to the next stage. Alright guys, just a couple things I'm going to show you that probably most people don't do. Some people do, but I think it's far and few between. When you're assembling your gaunts, there's something about it. Like if you look at this model, I'm not getting a great focus on it, but you can see that right. Oh, I need like a pointer. Let me use my knife. You can see right here at the on the other side that right here it sort of tails off as like skin, and then if you take the other piece, the other half that you put together, you'll notice that it has like obviously the mold line. Why can't I get a good focus on this? It's really annoying. Anyway, we'll just show you on this piece. You can see how it has this part right here. It's like a little lip and anything, and then right here on this mold line, I actually take that off. It actually creates space when you put it in here, but then I'll fill it later with green stuff, so it doesn't look like there's like excess skin, so it looks more cohesive with the other side of the model. And that's one of the things I do, just to, you know, that takes a lot of extra work, but I think it really helps in the end. And then if you're assembling the ones where the legs go on the other side, can't really do much. It's hard to get it a good fit, because at this back piece right here the point actually doesn't line up too well with the curvature up here. So what I try to do is I round this off with my knife, and you'll see that later, and I take the mold lines off, and I just try to make it a best fit as I can, so when I glue it together that the angles match up, you know, so it actually looks like it's a continuation. So well, let's get ready, let's get going with all these mold lines, because it takes forever. Alright, here's the first piece. We're just going to do a simple body, the main sprue. For the tail, you know, on the mold line, I always keep my knife, you always take mold lines off, sorry, with the knife facing the opposite direction, and then I just sort of scrape around it in sort of a circular motion towards it, so it doesn't get too flat of like a scrape when you do it. It helps retain the shape of the tail and take the mold line off at the same time. So that's a little tip. It's not really much, but it's sort of common sense, but sometimes you get people that take off mold lines that are a bit differently. And then I probably take off mold lines that you probably won't see. Just I don't know, a little compulsive about that. And for everything, it's handy. Make sure you get off the mold lines. And when you're working with things that scraping mold lines that aren't flat, it's good to use the angle of the knife the best you can to scrape it off in like as minimal strokes as possible, so it doesn't flatten out the curvature of the model. And it's important to look at it from a lot of angles, so your overhead light can show all the imperfections in the mold lines and in the model, so you can figure out where to scrape to sort of help that out a little bit. Sometimes I like to cut in a little bit if it's a deep mold line, just to help myself out. But otherwise, alright, well, I'm gonna get started on all these, and it's gonna take a long time, but I'm gonna speed up this video, so let's go. Boom. Alright, after I'm done scraping every model, I usually take a look at it, and I actually blow on it, so just to get any of those particles away. And then sometimes you can see a couple more mold lines there, something that you didn't get perfectly the first time, just be able to do that. So when you're all done, take a look over. Looks pretty good. I actually scrape like the inside of this just later, so when I glue it, it's got a little bit more traction. Not really too much problems with this pieces of plastic, but you know, whatever. Everything helps. At least I hope it does. Alright, on to the next piece.